restoring the P-47. It's taken quite a few years, but as you see, slowly but surely, it's coming together.
Okay, I went over to Tucson about September '92. I still had a lot of the inside the Connie was full of bird droppings and what have you, and sort of came towards the last of cleaning that out. There was 3 or 4 other guys with us, mainly young guys at the time. Then I went back again in '93, did a little bit of work over there. Had the the curator of the Pima Air Museum where we were. He was involved with the Reno air racing, and he took us up to Reno in I think it was in September '93 to the air races. That was quite good to be with the Sea Fury crew. And then I went back there again in the years now, whether it's '94 or '95. I was there the day they first flew the Connie. That was quite a very emotional time to see it fly after about 17 years. And then went back again. They moved the Connie from, went over onto the main Davis-Monthan air base there where they flew it out of. And then they flew it to what they call Tucson International. And then we're there at Lockheed Martin where they stripped it and repainted it. I left just before they started to strip it. I went back the following year and they did a lot of test flying. We were mainly in the aircraft. I was a loadmaster, and we had to carry certain bods on board, mainly for ballast and things like that. And it was quite an experience, you know, the guys learning how to fly the Connie in and out of Tucson, and used to go away for 6 hours at a time flying over the desert areas training. They had like an American crew there who was sort of showing them how to fly it and teaching all the ins and outs. The good thing about all our engineers at that time were retired Qantas engineers who served their time on the Connies, so they knew what they were doing.
I'm here rebuilding P-47 Thunderbolt wings. We've got 6 wings here that we need to produce. We've taken old, corroded components that are unairworthy, and then we duplicate them and we make new parts as per drawings which we've got from the Smithsonian Institute. We've got microfilms that have come from America, and we can use those to duplicate the original components. That way they're meeting the drawings and the original intent of the manufacturer. We've got 3 sets of wing main ribs over here, which have been reduplicated from corroded sections. This one here is the left-hand wing, and it's full of corrosion, so it's no longer airworthy. And then we've gone and formed and cut these extrusions, which we had extruded in America, to replace the corroded sections in the wings. As well as the other sections over here, these are intermediate spars, which the undercarriage is attached to. So they're a very critical area of the aeroplane. You'll see the right-hand original sample there's got corrosion in it. The left-hand sample's got corrosion in it as well. And then we've gone and remade those and duplicated those. We've reproduced the original holes so that when we bolt the wing assembly together, all the holes will line up and the wing will then allow us to fit the wings together and complete a full set of wings for the P-47. Everything is made with aircraft alloy again, extruded in America off the drawings. These are the samples of the drawings that we've got off the microfilms. And we go and look at the microfilm number, and then we find this particular extrusion here that we need. We send this over to a company in America, and then they make the alloy to suit the particular job that we're doing on the wings. A lot of the wings have got problems with them because of the extrusions are not 90 degrees. They're all different angles, and 82 degrees angles, 87 degree angles. And we just can't buy an extrusion locally to do the job that we're doing at the moment. We've got to use the internet as well to find a lot of information, because a lot of the old alloy part numbers are superseded. They were superseded in 1954, and our aeroplanes here are built in 1942 and 1943. So we've got to check to make sure we're using the right alloy to suit the particular part of the aeroplane that we're replacing or making new. I've got a wing over here which is a left-hand wing, which has come from Papua New Guinea. It's my sample wing, which I'm using as a three-dimensional drawing, as well as having the microfilms. Plus I've also pulled apart a right-hand wing, which I've used for my sample as well. They're all very useful to have the original samples because they assist you with seeing in 3D instead of just a drawing exactly what they're supposed to look like. Over here we've got a wing jig set up. When I get the extrusions assembled together, we'll be assembling the wings in here. That'll keep the wings nice and square and nice and straight. And we've set up the end templates over here so that when we take the wing off the jig, it'll fit onto the P-47 fuselage, which we're working on over there. Other components we're working on here, we've got some Wirraway tail sections here which have been worked on by volunteers. I get a couple of volunteers that come in and they help me and assist me with some of the projects we're working on here. This Wirraway is supposed to be flying in 2 years, and it's had a lot of work done on it over the last 20 years by private owners. It's come down to the so that we can finish the restoration off and eventually get a flight within approximately a year and a half time. They haven't got over flying. We've got a glider over here as well, which is called a Grino Baby. That's a project that's been in storage for a